Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SB Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a couple of tracks from an act named Stringz EMB. Switching over to here, we have a couple of YouTube videos. The first one is Stringz EMB Lights On featuring Will Buchanan and Katara Parson. All the social media links here are fantastic. Really looking good. We're going to be listening to each of these two tracks from start to finish. And we're gonna hear what we think. Let's go. Let's do this. Here we go. What do we got? Okay, interesting. So like, just before you get into it, I'm not super knowledgeable about video production or any of that kind of thing, so I don't typically talk too much about the way that the music video has been handled or produced. My sort of focus is mostly on the audio side of things. It's very professional looking though, this music video so far. I'm loving these vocal parts. I'm loving the multiple voicings, and I'm loving the tension in there and how there's dynamic range as well. It's really cool. I would gladly give it all up just to get him back. We talk about whipping a wraith and letting this money stack. But then you left me, now I'm derailed and shit's off track. It's easy money, baby, to the death of me. And I'ma pass it on an easy legacy. I adore this. The guy's got a beautiful voice, a lovely texture to it. And these the combination of the energy that he's putting into this performance alongside the really interesting melody and the piano and the bass line. And there's a really laid back drum beat as well in the background, which gives a lot of space to the rest of the instruments in the mix. Right now, I know it's getting closer. Let me show you now. And that's about nickel. Lights on. The sun is shining on me, but still I'm feeling lonely. I got a problem. Lights on. But I'ma keep my head up. This is no time to let up. Lord, I got them. Lights on. I do whatever it takes. Again and dodging them fakes and them snakes. Fuck them. Lights on. Really lovely 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it a 1 and 2? It is a 1. It's an 8th note groove with the staccatos on the guitar line with the chords there. You said you're out for me, but I can barely see. Somebody please turn the lights on. Lights on. Lights on. So it's about struggling and people saying they're going to be there for you and you not being able to see it just because you're just being swallowed up whole by the situation you're in, the difficulties that you're experiencing. I think that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. How things change from when you're young to when you get older, and then things, you know, like maybe aren't as what you thought they were going to be. Nice. The flashing lights will be. What I mean by nice was it's a nicely oh, you gotta be careful. I don't think this is a nice situation. Like, it's not a positive situation that the people are in, but everything's just nicely connected together. It's a really professional performance so far. If you're not equipped, gotta keep the ones you love on your back and hip. No second guessing, no thinking. You won't have time, cause when it happens overnight, all your weaklings shine. Gotta have a strong core, no P90X. Need how to treat high, only family will pass the test. But even some of your kin, you gotta watch them close, cause the mighty green is a bitch if you ain't had a dose. And that's for sure, yeah. Damn, so you've got to watch your family and make sure that. Oh, wow. The mighty green. Are we talking about money there? Yeah, that's, yeah, money really destroys people, doesn't it? Lights on. The sun is shining on me, but still I'm feeling lonely. I got a problem. Lights on. But I'ma keep my head up. This is no time to let up. Lord, I got him. Oh, I get it. So is he continuing to work to continue to develop himself no matter what the difficulties he faces for like a better future? Lights on. I do whatever it takes. Again and dodging the face and them snakes. Fuck him. I love how we're just finishing with that fuck him line. It's just like, fuck him. I don't need to worry about those people. There's like a swagger. There's like a confidence to it, but it comes from him working his ass off and doing what he needs to do in order to succeed. And I've got a lot of love for that. Lights on. Lights on. It's showtime, right? Lights on. You said you're out for me, but I can barely see. Somebody please turn the lights on. Lights on.
Turn the lights out, the noise down, I've been round town. And it's a shame how the cash cows, time ends power. Shot from the inside where your friends ride, the car runs slow. Nowhere to recharge the power source when it gets too low.
The guys, it sounds so effortless when he's switching with the bum 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 bum. You know, that's not necessarily an easy rhythm to pronounce everything clearly and like effectively, but the guy's so literate and he's so you know, he's polished with his performance and his presentation there. And I've just, you know, like from this initial experience with Stringz EMB, I've just got like a lot of faith in his ability to carry himself as a musician, as a songwriter. It's really cool.
Turn the lights out, the noise down, I've been round town. And it's a shame how the cash cows, time ends power. Shot from the inside where your friends ride, the car runs slow. Nowhere to recharge the power source when it gets too low. Lights on.
It was cool to have that interlude line repeat twice. I'm sure that's like a point of importance within the song, you know, and it's true. Like, yeah, you've got to be careful about yourself because if you overrun yourself and become burnout, it can be very, very difficult to come back to that. Among other things that was meant by that, it's just, I think a lot of people will be able to sort of relate to parts of this song and sort of treat it in their own way subjectively. It's a very, it's wide enough that a lot of people will be able to listen to it and appreciate it, whilst I think also being very personal to Stringz EMB.
The sun is shining on me, but still I'm feeling lonely. I got a problem. Lights on, but I'ma keep my head up. This is no time to let up. Lord, I got 'em. Lights on, I do whatever it takes. I can't dodge in her face and them snakes. Fuck 'em. Lights on, you said you're out for me, but I can barely see. Somebody please turn up.
Oh yeah, man.
Always put self first.
Always put self first, man. You got to take care of yourself.
It's
You know?
impossible to pour from an empty cup.
Yeah. I guess I was kind of on a little bit onto it with the burnout.
Yeah.
Stunning song. So, you know, really beautiful music video, by the way. I enjoyed watching it. It's just a shame I don't understand the process of making them more. But like personally, if I was to comment on it, I would say that the video did sync quite well with the audio, the song itself, the story, the way it was directed. Yeah, I could understand how they were connected. It was well done. It's just a shame that he had to experience that, you know. But I think there's a lot of musicians that you come across nowadays that that difficulty that they have is the inspiration for their growth. And they once they're able to get beyond that tragedy, they can do some really incredible things. And I think that I mean, look at the amount of love that Stringz has been getting for his EMB has been getting for their work, you know, with Will Buchanan and Katara Parson. You know, I've got all the time for this kind of stuff. I've got all the time for musicians who put in the effort into their songwriting, the music theory, and their composition. The vocal performance, there wasn't a single note dropped. The guy had a fairly consistent timbre with his voice. You know, there were changes in the inflection and the personality and the emotions, the emoting expressed, but he had a fairly comfortable position as a vocalist, especially with guitars. I'm assuming that Katara was involved with the backing vocals and stuff like that. Love it. Phenomenal backing vocals as well from Katara. Beautiful sort of like texture to them as well. Very different than the way that Stringz EMB was singing. I think Will Buchanan might have been the guitarist in there, but I could be wrong. Yeah, guitar, Will Buchanan, and background vocals, Katara Parson. Drums, Ben Bicklane, and engineered by Preston Joshu, and produced by John Joseph. Summer Walker's Body and Over It. So there are a lot of people involved in this production for the song. We've got film director and producer Andrew Steffen and production house A4 Studios. Excellent work. You know, it's best to work with a team of really competent musicians and professionals to get the best possible result from your songwriting, and I love what's been happening here. And we got track 2 here, Perfect, the official music video. Produced by PJ Fresh and GL Beaudry, animation, Rico. We got Flute by Ryan Greenbean Boma, trumpet by Omar Shabazz, and trombone Lamar Harris. And wow, background vocals Queen Brittany, Nakuru, Sherry, Lady Soul, Mookie Black, and Princess Danielle. Fantastic. Lots of people involved in this. I'm sure the sound of it will be huge. Very different visual experience to the previous track, but in fact, just having these synths in here is very, very different to what I was experiencing before, with the more acoustic drum bass, drum performance there. I just actually, before I get into this song, I want to also comment on the guitar line from Lights On. I think that the guitar line was very subtle in here. There were a few little flashy bits, but for the most part, Will Buchanan played a really great foil to Stringz EMB in this part. And you know, when you combine Katara's backing vocals with Will Buchanan's guitaring and just the understanding of how to get those melodies into a mix without sort of overwhelming each other, yeah, really, really well done. You need to sort of rein it in a little bit with the energy and the complexity of the arrangement to allow the vocals to come in the chorus. It was really cool. Really cool.
Been peeping out the window, wondering how and where will I go? Nowhere, cause this damn coronavirus got me stuck in there, sitting in the corner silent like I wanna leave, I will be gone now. This is all a dream, please wake me up, kiss and a tuck, my new reality. But this too shall pass, is what they say to me. As I stare through this glass, I'm going crazy.
Damn, man, being stuck at home with all the stuff going on would be fairly brutal. I know in other parts of the world, because I'm in New Zealand and we got out of it fairly quickly, but other parts of the world were in lockdown for quite a while. It would have been very brutal.
I think that I'm perfect, but I'm just as dumb as you. The dark times, yeah, we do deserve them, to know that the sun will shine yet again on you.
I'm loving the drum line there, how, you know, got a simple sort of eighth note groove there. You've got the brass coming in, lovely bright energy through that, sizzles in the mix. It's got a great additional sort of layer to that.
And we always shine through at the end of the tunnel.
There's sort of a sort of euphoria and a hope and optimism in the music that was there. It was a lot more gentle in the previous song we listened to, but this one, you know, like it's more like sort of dreamlike. Claim your win, but please stay humble. Man, fantastic. Great, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, stuff like social media and all that kind of stuff, it can seem like other people lead perfect lives where they don't have any issues and then you just don't really know them well, do you? And just the message of the song being about just doing your best and just trying to just be a decent human being without rubbing it into others people's faces. I think it's it's just a very pleasant reminder to just be a good person.
Me and my brother haven't spoken years. We used to be close as eyelids, but now I'm holding back tears cause it hurts, man. Shit, like, what the fuck did I do? I know depression is real, and I know your anger is true, but your target though. See, maybe we should pop out to a gun range, cause my guns don't scream enough, and yo shit wildin' like a video game.
Oh, yeah, this is the real shit. Yeah, okay.
Xbox or PS5, shit, that's your choice. What's the root of your issues? My God gave you a voice. And I think that you should use to speak your thoughts on the track. I'm no expert, just someone who cares. Yes, I care. And I just want my brother back.
Oh, damn. So his brother's really having a rough time with mental health issues and he doesn't know how to get through to that person and it's just really affecting them.
I think that I'm perfect, but I am just as dumb as you. The dark times, yeah, we do deserve them.
I wasn't expecting that part to come in and hit me like a train like that, but it did. Wow, man. Really makes you think, doesn't it? It makes sense as a direction, as a continuation of some of the themes of the first verse. There's so many different like little subtle layers to this. There's endless bits of the song to pay attention to and to be interested in. There's so much it's so full of life. This music is so full of life. It's the harmonies aren't especially complicated. You might have like some extended notes chords at the most, but just you have these lower, mid, and high frequency layers that just really make it sound so full and sort of pristine. Despite the tension and the conflict that's discussed within the song.
Striving for, so we better not fumble. Claim you win, but please stay humble. Humble. Claim you win, but please stay humble.
Yeah, we're repeating these sort of vocal melodies here. Claim you win, but please say humble. Allowing some time just for the listener to process that line. Very different deliveries to the. Well, no, not different as in like tonally is not a whole. I suppose there is a bit of a difference in the tone between the second verse and the chorus. There appeared to be a lot more, I mean, genuinely understandable frustration in the second verse.
Claim you win, but please stay humble. I'll admit it, I've been chilling, yeah. Creating magic, then I spit it, yeah. Hot shit, and like a virus, yes, I kill it, yeah, yeah. Quarters in my face, all in my business, yeah.
I love this melodic rapping, man. It's fantastic. It's really sick. The guy's got a fantastic voice, knows how to hit all the right notes, and is capable of again speaking very like fluently. And you hear all the words clearly, even without the subtitles.
Yeah, then you ask what the heck is Christian ad on my ass, strapped up like a breathing mask. I'm a dad, but don't judge me cause I'm from the hood. Frosted Flakes, just call me Tony cause I'm more than good. I think that I'm perfect.
And there's a nice little bit of vocal sizzle that comes in occasionally when he really wants to make a point made. And I adore that. It's fantastic to hear that a little bit of vocal range there, that vocal intensity there. And again, the production on both of these tracks is practically flawless. I have no real issues with it. There is enough change in it to keep the 4 minutes totally, 4 minutes is definitely enough to communicate what we need to with this.
But I am just as dumb as you. The dark times, yeah, we do deserve them. To know that the sun will shine yet again on you. And we all shine.
It's nice as well to have the second half of the chorus where the backing vocals come in to really sort of highlight the uplifting message there in this part.
At the end of the tunnel. The years I was striving for, so we better not fumble. Claim you win, but please stay humble. Humble. Claim you win, but please stay humble. Claim you win, but please stay humble.
Phenomenal. Great work on this.
Can you please stay humble?
Oh, that's adorable. I love that. Stringz EMB. Fantastic. Yeah, excellent work. It's great to see Stringz doing more work with Will Buchanan there. A fantastic guitarist. What do I want to say about Perfect? Other than an acoustic version of this, Because we got Perfect, and then we had Lights On. Clearly, Stringz EMB is a skilled vocalist who is very confident in their own abilities, who knows himself well as a human being, as well as they've clearly identified their goals and objectives as a musician and what they want to accomplish. And both of these songs speak of messages of coping with struggling with your inner demons and coping with them and becoming, understanding yourself better and supporting each other and trying to work towards that end goal and trying to stay humble whilst you succeed and doing what you can just to get through. Because even though things might be tough and you might be going through some really rough times, and even if you have family that are going through really rough times and you just, it's basically, this music is about really healthy interdependence with each other, as well as taking care of yourself. And I think this is music that people genuinely would benefit from listening to and paying attention to, not just because it's very pleasant to listen to. Clearly, I think that Stringz EMB's music. And not only does he write really great, compelling tunes, and the stories that are told within them, like, they make a lot of sense, and they're interesting, they're compelling to listen to, and you want to hear until the end, and you want to hear the different angles of it, and there's little twists that you might not be expecting, and they're it's worth the listen. But also the fact that Stringz EMB knows that he needs to find other people to support his vision, and he works with them to get the best possible outcome. Tonally, instrumentally, in terms of the composition and everything, Lights On and Perfect are two different tracks. They are two different tracks. With how they sound in terms of, like, you know, like maybe the harmonies, or like the instrumental arrangements, but they carry a similar theme. There's a stylistic cohesion because of the fact that Stringz EMB is the focal point of it, despite the fact that he does also give ample time for other musicians to show their merits. And I think that it's really healthy, strong musicianship. And I really wish Stringz EMB the best of luck in future with their musical endeavors, because I know there's a lot of competition in the music industry for attention, you know, for people to listen to music. But I think personally, this is the kind of music that people need right now. They need music that not only sounds fantastic, fucking incredible, but also that it sort of inspires people to be better. And it helps them to be a little bit less it's like it tries to teach healthy self-love, whilst also helping them to understand that, like, everything is subjective in regards to how you view other people's lives, and that beating yourself up because you think everyone else is perfect is just, we're all gonna get to that end goal someday, right? But yeah, it's at a level and a quality where I can't really fault Stringz EMB and what they're trying to do with their music. It's just really well done. So yeah, excellent work. That's effectively my review of Stringz EMB's various tracks. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do go show Stringz EMB some love via their various social medias and YouTube page, and stay cool, stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you next review. Spider hands up.